while back I did a daily challenge for a month, and during it I created a small world, building on it each day without pre-planning where it would go, or what would be in it. It was spontaneous and playful. It was full of characters and places, and little details you could discover while exploring it. And it became the seed to an infinite world I could start to explore. Each day during the challenge, I chose a word to write and draw inspiration from. There was no planning, and I didn't know how the story would develop over the month. The real feat was trying to make a presentable illustration all in one day, which was something I had never done before. So with this new character, I wanted to harness that power again. I chose the word raid, inspired by the game Ark Raiders. The style for this is a little different than some of the more recent work I've made, but the general process is similar-ish. I've always wanted a clean, linear process, with each step outlined very clearly, but as much as I try to work that way, it slowly always becomes more of a chaotic back and forth flow, and is very messy until somehow, in a mysterious way, and by the gods, it is not. I first always start on paper, writing or drawing or designing, just to collect my thoughts. Then I scan the paper and bring it into Photoshop to clean up. Once I have a solid foundation of design, I transfer it to Procreate to create flat shapes, just in black and white values. Then export a PSD and airdrop it back to my MacBook and open it in Photoshop again. I probably could have done this in Photoshop, but doing this step on the iPad is a little bit more intuitive for me, and I get a better, faster result than using a Photoshop lasso tool. From there, I add some base colors and start using gradient maps to see what unexpected surprises might happen, while also adding in some handmade textures I've either made or collected. This part is a lot of experimenting, with textures overlapping and more gradient maps. A lot of the time I spend is just flipping through different layer modes to see what happens until it lands on a place that feels right. Then I export it back into Procreate to add some final touches, maybe clean up some edges and some shadow shapes. I wanted to design a character with a cool outfit and fun gear. If it was a playable character, I'd want the story behind it to be a little ambiguous, but feel super skilled without being overly flashy, and part of the environment as much as the trees and rocks. Someone who could guide you and protect you and help you get back to the hatch in peace with your metal parts and green mods. The design is simple at a glance, but he feels like he has the ability to strike fast, sneak up or hide, and hold its own solo or part of a crew. He's powerful but subtle, because the most powerful don't need to prove it. I like imagining this character can adapt depending on the environment or the situation. Like during the day, maybe he seems like anyone else, scouting the area, avoiding detection, and collecting materials. And at night, he gets a boost. Faster movement, more quiet, higher damage, better dodging, and the ability to find better loot. Even though I struggle with one in the final rendering process that is more simple, it's very hard to discover anything new, interesting, or unexpected that way. I think I'm more interested in what is possible than what is already known. Like in Ark Raiders, when searching chests and pushing the time limit just to see what's there, even if it is mostly junk and is probably left behind, there could be a legendary item just in the next one. And you can't know if you don't look. Something so cool could happen if I just bash this texture, or change the layer mode, or alter the color. And it could make the design much better. Even if a lot of the time might not necessarily be worth the while, I feel like it is worth exploring just to see what might happen. Because just maybe there could be something I uncover that changes it all. Sometimes coming back to a familiar constraint with new knowledge can help it be viewed in a different way. Maybe I could learn or relearn something from this character in that daily challenge again. There's something wonderful about being immersed in a world, like in Ark Raiders, going topside to see what you can discover. Not trying to prove anything to anyone, just trying to finish your quest, help a fellow raider along the way, and get out with what you can. So maybe the real power isn't in one process over the other, what item has better stats, but maybe it's about just showing up to play, whether it's just for practice, or to complete a quest, or to just have fun with it. Maybe one day you might see this little guy in a game, and maybe one day he might have a little crew to explore with. And if he does, I doubt you'll see him coming.